Alright everyone, today we're playing Halo Infinite in 2025, so we have now completed all the Halo multiplayers. We played every single one of them this year, and Halo Infinite is honestly a pretty good game. It got a lot of negative reception early on in its life cycle, but that had a lot to do with the lack of content and updates, and for the longest time there was only like 5 or 6 maps in the entire game. So it was really rough for a while. But the game got a lot better over time through updates, so that if you stopped playing in like late 2021, early 2022, and never came back, now I think is a good time to come back because they did add a lot into the game ever since then, and I think that it's a pretty solid Halo experience. The gunplay is tight and very responsive, and it is a lot of fun to play. I don't know if I'm going to say that it's better than Halo 5. It's close, in terms of multiplayer at least. Campaign, Halo Infinite definitely has a better campaign than Halo 5, and it's not even close. But multiplayer, yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, I'm not going to say it's on the same level as Halo 3 or Halo 2 in terms of the quality and the overall fun factor, but for a free-to-play game, it has a lot to offer, and you can easily put in countless hours into Halo Infinite and be entertained for quite some time. So I would recommend it overall, especially if you consider the fact that despite it being a few years old, it still has a fairly active player base. I'm able to get into matches almost instantly still, despite the Steam charts being pretty low. Like, there's only like maybe 2,000 active players every day. But keep in mind, there's even more people playing on PC through the Game Pass version or Microsoft Store version. And then it has full crossplay support as well, so you're also playing with Series X and Xbox One users. So put that all together. I mean, I don't know exactly the average amount of people because the player count is not publicly available, but there is enough where I'd say most regions you'll be able to get into a match with very few issues. There have been a lot of complaints that the netcode still isn't good, which I personally don't really notice or experience that much. I don't have any issue with the gunplay and the way that the game is like reacting to my shots. I feel like everything is the way it should be. And then the other thing is the prices for the store with the monetization, but it's all cosmetic, so I really couldn't give less of a shit. If it's not pay to win, then I don't care. But I'm also probably just weird. In Fortnite, the only skins I have to this day are the default skins and the starter pack skin that came out before Season 1. You know, with the black outfit with the helmet and everything, if you know what I'm talking about, the backpack. Yeah, that's all I got in Fortnite. I never bought a single battle pass. I don't care about any of that shit. So, you know, my opinion's probably going to be different and not hold as much weight as, like, your average person that cares so much about what skin and what outfit they're wearing. I just couldn't care less. I just play the game for fun, and that's it. And I'll also point out that this is a game that I'll play every now and then in small doses, so that's another thing that kind of affects... I mean, that's kind of how I am with, like, pretty much every game I play, if we're going to be honest. I'm not, like, super hardcore into a lot of these games. Like, I don't put thousands of hours into them. Like, if you're someone who's, like, really into the competitive scene and things like that, and you take the game very, very seriously, then you might not like the game as much in 2025. Especially because I heard that ranked specifically is not as strong as it used to be because the player base, while it's still very active, like, in order to properly support ranked, you need a lot more players than you currently got. So ranked might be a bit of an issue for you, especially based on region and everything like that, if you live in a place that's not North America or EU. You know, I think you're a casual Halo player and just someone who's into sci-fi shooters in general, you'll get some enjoyment out of this. It's a fun, free-to-play shooter with solid gunplay, a decent amount of content, and is still not completely finished in terms of updates and support. There was a fairly big content update that was released back in February, I believe, and every few months there's something that is new for this game, whether we're talking about maps or other stuff that they're adding in. They're still committed to supporting this game. I don't know when the next Halo's coming out. I've heard rumors that it's going to be like late 2026, maybe 2027. But until then, Infinite is definitely still worth playing. And while it's far from being a perfect game, and far from being in the conversation as far as greatest Halo games ever made, it's pretty decent in its own right. It's not a bad game at all. Like, I think my perception would be different if it was a $70 game as opposed to a free-to-play game, right? So, you know, that definitely plays a role in my opinion. and a lot of other people's opinion, but it could still be a really fun and rewarding multiplayer experience, and that's all that matters at the end of the day, right?